My name's Jessie, I run Jessie Makes Rainbows, and I'm going to show you exactly why you should not be buying polymer clay earrings from Shein. Now I get it, Shein are affordable, they're accessible, they have a wide variety of styles that you might not find in other places, but I've picked a couple of earrings that they're selling and I'm just going to point out some specifics. Let's just kick right off with these. Now at first glance they're actually quite cute. There's a little bit of unevenness at this cut down here and there's a little mark up there, but I can kind of forgive that. My issue with these is that stud back. That stud back is held on by nothing except a tiny piece of glue behind it. There is nothing sealing the ridge down onto the actual clay. Many polymer clay artists will use resin for this, some will use an addition of glue, some will use clay for this. But because there's nothing sealing that ridge, it'll take the slightest impact and that stud back is going to fall off the earring and these are going to be unusable. Moving swiftly on, we have these. Now I imagine these are actually quite cute from a distance, but when you get up close you can see the differences in the dot width, you can see the differences in the position of the leaves, you can see the differences in the size of the leaves, this kind of mushy coral bit in the middle. But my main issue again, can you see where those shadows sit alongside the top here? Those are air bubbles. Now air bubbles are pretty much inevitable when you work with polymer clay, but they should not be this obvious, especially not under bright white light and especially not using a matte clay. So these air bubbles are going to look way worse in person than they do in this photo, and it's going to take away from the main design, though the main design is messy at best anyway. Moving on to my specialty, the rainbow. So just at first glance here, we've got a really significant difference in the stripe weight between the green, the blue and the yellow, so they're not very even at all. You can see this again up here where there's that slight overhang of the orange on the left hand side. That's because the orange is too heavy for the rest of the colours. You can see down here where they haven't been sanded, so that clay is just going to flake off. But my main issue again is looking at the back of them. First of all, these two pairs of earrings are not the same size. This earring on the left is way shorter than this earring on the right, so there's no consistency there. But my biggest hanger, you see where this hole has been made for the jump ring? That is not centered, which means that when that earring hangs off your ear, it's gonna hang lopsided because it's not down its center of gravity. You can see the same on this side, even though it's not as bad, it's still gonna hang lopsided. Combined with this messiness at the bottom here, combined with the difference in sizes, the only good thing I have to say about this pair of earrings is that these stud backs seem to be embedded well in the clay. But that's it. That's the only nice thing I have to say about this pair of earrings. They're lopsided, they're uneven, they're inconsistent. Now the main problem with Shein is that polymer clay earrings cannot be machine made. A human being made these earrings, and they're being sold for £1.50. Now I know better than most how long these earrings can take to make. And to be mass produced on such a high level at such a low cost, listen, I don't need to get into the labour ethics of Shein. I think we're all aware of the labour ethics of Shein and we're all aware of how bad that situation is. But if the ethics of Shein do not put you off, let the quality put you off. Bear in mind that these are the ones they chose to photograph, so these were the best of the batch. The ones that you get could be a lot worse than this. So if you want to buy a rainbow or polymer clay earring, buy from an artist. I promise we appreciate it so much more. And otherwise you're just wasting money.